do have a disdain, like a taste in my mouth from mediocrity. And so I wanted to talk about that transition from chaos to order, because a lot of times mediocrity comes from not wanting to do the work that comes with the order. And especially when it comes to spirituality, sometimes we get in this space where it's like, well, I'm just going with the flow and I'm just letting God lead me and everything. All I have to do is sit here and think about it, and it's going to come into my it's going to come from my imagination. It's going to show up just like that. And you want to know what? Some of that might actually be true. That doesn't mean that you don't have to do any work. Okay? Stop telling yourself this lie. Because if that were true, the shit would have manifested by now. If it was all just about you sitting there and imagining the shit. Come on, y'all. Don't act like you don't have to do nothing. Don't act like you don't have to do nothing. Your job is to turn the chaos that you're creating in your head into order. And the order is the physical manifestation of it. There's a little bit of work there. You have to do a little bit of work. But I want to talk about the work. Because here's where people get turned off by, work. Oh no, God, I don't want to do that. When you love what you do, it's not work. Let me say it slow for you. When you get up every day and you do what you would be doing any fucking way, then how is that work? Somebody please tell me, how is that work? I can't help but to use myself for an example because, and I don't say this to brag, but I am 100% in my I am. Because me breaking words down and talking about universal law, especially breaking words down and talking about the womb and all that, I will be doing it whether I would quit my job or not. I will be doing it. I will be getting up doing it every day. This is what I was already doing. So that's how I know that it's not work, because I'm going to do it anyway. Whether I'm getting paid or not, I'm going to do it anyway. If this shit was to crumble, God forbid, was to crumble and it didn't ever evolve past this Facebook thing or whatever, which I pray that it does, because I ain't trying to be no Facebook guru. But I mean, let's say if for whatever reason it didn't ever evolve past that, I'm still going to do it. So it's not work. All right, let me talk about, well, first, before I go to the next, I just wanted to make sure, and I'm going to keep saying that it's, if you're getting up every day and you're dragging your feet, and this is supposed to be your gift, and this is supposed to be your I am, and you're dragging your feet about it, I'm going to say I'm convinced that it's not really what you're supposed to be doing. Because I don't know, maybe I'm too early in my I am, maybe because I haven't been doing this for whatever amount of years, and I don't get bored with it, but maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. Okay. And I'm going to talk about that word bored too, because I had a real big problem with that word bored, just personally in my soul. Oh, thank you, Autumn. Diane said, I think a lot of women don't know what the word work is. I mean, I think that can apply to men as well. We ain't got to make that gender based. But let's talk about what chaos is. I got a little bit of notes up here that I wrote down. First of all, you already know I'm going to do some word magic. We're going to listen to some of these words because they all mold into each other and they kind of give you hints of what they're really about. But the word chaos is also the word choose. Look at the letters. Or it looks like choose, or is very close to the word choose. So that tells us that chaos is when you're in this space of you realizing that I have a lot of choices here. Chaos is the place where you actually realize that you are a creator. And when you have the aha moment that you are a creator and you're like, shit, that means I can do what I want to do and I can create whatever I want to create. Let me close my eyes and imagine whatever, XYZ. Some people just be like, oh, I want to manifest, $1 million. I made a post about that shit too. You already got $1 million. You already have it. You have to know what you want to create with it. Your imagination is your $1 million. Your faith is your $1 million. You just have to know what you want to create. You see, the word chaos is also the word choose, and the word choose is also create. In the Bible, the word choice or choose is interchangeable with the word create. So therefore, once you realize and you accept that you have the authority and the ability to create whatever experience you want to, you'll be like, well, shit, what am I going to do? Now you lost. Now you like, well, I could do this. I could do that. I could do this. I got all these. Oh, I want to do this. Oh, I want to do that. Oh, I want to do. Oh. And I can do this. And I can do that. And you're just going to get overwhelmed with all these choices. That's the chaos. That's the chaos. It's beautiful. But you in this little finite, little teeny itty bitty body that you got that's like that much of the universe can't do all of it. So you're going to have to choose. What do you want to do? How do you choose that? Well, what do you love to do? Because if you don't really love to do it, it's going to become boring. You're going to get bored quickly. Maybe not quickly, but eventually you're going to get bored. That's why I'm always in create mode, yo. Like even with me being a doula and me teaching about the womb, I'm learning how to, or I'm coming at the place where I'm like putting these things together, and I'm going to create a package for my doula clients that's going to involve them taking a class about the womb. That's how I sew all this shit together. Even though they're kind of related, but I'm trying to sew them together so that I'm always doing what I love to do, which is to create, which is to teach about the womb, talk about the womb, teach about the power of words. I'm going to always make that the center because that's what I love to do. I'm not telling y'all what to do. I'm just telling y'all that you turn chaos into order by making sure that you're doing what you love to do. Now, there's going to be other parts in order for you to bring it to fruition that maybe you don't love to do it. Maybe you don't love to keep accounting, keeping track of your money. Maybe you suck at that and you hate doing that part. Or maybe I'm just talking about myself. Okay, I got QuickBooks that helps me out a whole lot. Because I like to see, am I making money or not? Am I actually making a profit or not? I like to see that shit on paper. That's part of the order. But maybe you might not be that kind of person. Ding, that's where you hire someone else. That's where you hire someone else. Now, some of us we're small businesses, entrepreneurs. Maybe we can't afford to hire someone else to do that. Well, guess what? That's part of what you signed up for. What you gonna do? If you can't afford that, that's part of what you signed up for. Until you get to the part where you can afford it. Let's say maybe you don't like to create marketing flyers, and I love Canva. Like, what is it? Is it called Canva? Yeah, I love Canva, right? Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't like taking the time to go. That's why you hire other people to do it for you. But if you cannot afford that, guess what? You better buckle down and get the structure part together so that you can manifest to be able to pay somebody else. How else are you going to do it? Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to make sure I ain't missing on y'all comments. Yes, thank you, LC Davis, for attending class. I need to know if you're still going on a retreat too. I need to call me. Let me know what's going on, ma'am. If LC Davis is not going on a retreat, there will be a spot open. Just letting y'all know. Okay. Sonia said, I don't mind working. I just want to work hard. Well, I just answered that. When you get up and you do what you love to do, then it's not really working hard because you will be doing it whether somebody was paying you or not. I hope that answers your question, Sonia. Keishala said, "I'm a creditor." Yes, you are. I talked about this on my vlog. Synchronicity. Yep. Okay, y'all. Hey, India. That's my first doula client, y'all. Hey, girl. I was just talking about how I'm merging what I do as a doula with what I do with Self-Realization of a Goddess, and I will now be creating a package where every doula client can take a class about the connection between the mind and the womb. So anyway, what is chaos? Chaos is when there's disorder. Chaos literally means disorder and without order. Chaos means confusion. It means you don't know what you want. You haven't really narrowed it down yet. You have so many choices and you haven't narrowed it down yet. Chaos is the feminine aspect of God. Okay? Chaos is when the mother God says, you can do whatever you want and you got 10 zillion freaking choices. That's the mother God. Oh, you can do whatever you want. Chaos is your pure imagination, because you can sit up there and you can imagine yourself up on a stage. Well, this is me, okay? Up on a stage and teaching a whole thousands of people. Y'all are imagining it with me, okay? Y'all part of it? Good. Thanks for helping me create it. And so I'm on stage and I have this whole PowerPoint presentation I'm doing on the stage. You know, I can sit there and imagine all that. And then what? And then what? Right? What comes next? Well, the order comes next, but there is an in-between. And what is the in-between? Faith is the in-between. Faith is the in-between. Not just faith, not just only believing, because you definitely need that, but acts of faith. Acts of faith. That's the doing part. You have to actually demonstrate that you believe what you just imagined in your head. How are you going to demonstrate that? I don't give a damn if you want to write a book. I don't give a damn if you go buy a black and white composition book and a pen and actually say, this pen and this composition book is what I'm going to use to create this book. I don't care if you don't even got to go buy. Just open your computer laptop up and start typing. That's acts of faith. That's an act of faith. You need to do something to demonstrate that you believe what you just imagined in your head. That's where the order starts to come in. See, we will say that, oh, I don't have to figure out the how. And you're right, you don't. But you still have to demonstrate acts of faith. Because the universe is going to collab with you. It's going to co-create along with you. But you still have to put your foot on the ground and you have to walk in what you are talking. You have to walk in what you're saying. Because otherwise, you just run in your mouth and it's hot air. It's just hot air coming out of your mouth. It's just an idea. Oh, yes, I wrote down chaos is the ideas. Look at the word ideas. It has the word said in it. SAID. So ideas is just, oh, I want to create this and I want to create that and I want to do this and I want to do that. You're just talking. Move your feet. What are you doing with your feet? Did you notice that the word walk has the word law in it? The word walk has the word law in it because law says you have to act on your faith. And this is where your Diablo or your devil or your double or your mirror self is going to come into play, because it's going to test you to see, do you believe what you actually imagined in your head? You're going to be tested on it. Some people, I feel like, don't even make it to that part because they haven't demonstrated anything. Demonstrate. I'm not even going to, because I could do 10 zillion things with that. But what I'm telling you is that the demonstration or the demonstrate is in the double, the diablo is in the order, it's in the physical manifestation. Look at the word order. It says doer. Order, doer. The Bible says, be not only hearers of the word, be doers of the word. So it's telling you that you're going to have to do something. Okay, let me see. It's India, it's fine to be chaotic. Listen, when it was time for me to sit down and write Self-Realization of a Goddess and create the course and create the book, I was all over the freaking place. I still got notes from when I first started creating that. But the order came when I actually sat down and said, okay, how does this make sense to put this together? What do I need to? It's 12 steps in the Self-Realization of a Goddess course. So I had to sit there and think about put the structure together for it. That's where the order came in at. Otherwise, I would just be all over the place. And if you ask anybody who took any of my classes, they might still say I'm all over the place. So, hey, I don't know. I remember somebody did say to me, girl, my notes was all over the place with your class. So, I try my best to make it make sense. But my point is that it's perfectly fine to have all that chaos going on. But at some point, you have to create order out of it. And you do that by acts of faith. The universe is going to help you put the structure together by you actually doing things that match what you say you want to do. But before you can even get to that part, you have to make a choice. And you have to be determined in that choice. All right. Faith without works is dead. Yes, it is. Need to demonstrate that I believe. Acts of faith. Yes. That term, order out of chaos, has been stuck in my head. It's really weird that you're speaking on this subject. Plus the term on the dollar bill in the Latin language. Yeah, that is on the dollar bill. How about that? Okay. So, the word order is the word doer. So this is the doing part. So let's talk about structure, because this is the shit that we don't like. Why do we don't like structure? You want to know who represents structure? Satan. Saturn represents structure. And a lot of times that's why we don't like it. Structure is also discipline. Look at the word discipline, okay? First of all, it has the word disc on it. So that tells you it got something to do with something happening over and over and over again. A disc is a circle, right? So discipline has something to do with structure, which means you're repeating something and you're doing it over and over and over again. Here's something that I learned in sales. I always share things that I learned when I was working in sales. And now I realize why I learned these things. But my manager, I always talk about my manager. He was an asshole, okay? But he was a great teacher. And what he told me was that, Kamisha, what you do with your sale that comes up tomorrow is a result of what you did today. Duh. So what is your structure for today? What is your discipline or your disc or your cycle that you do every day that creates the sale for tomorrow? And he would ask me, what is your daily plan? So it would be like every day you should have in your calendar, I get up and I do this, and this. And every day, this, and this leads to a sale. But of course, it's going to take chaos for you to figure out what the this, and this is. Right? It's going to take chaos for you to figure that out. But what I'm saying is, a lot of times people never figure that out because they don't want to do that part. They don't want to do that part. Right? So think about this. If you want to build something that's going to have longevity, or you want to build something that's going to stand and last a long time, if you want to build something that's going to be a legacy and last longer than you here on earth, you got to have structure. You can't skip that. That shit gonna fall apart every time. It's gonna fall apart every time because you don't have a system in place. Like I said on my post, the universe, yes, it is very chaotic, but it's a chaotic system. Mother Nature herself is on a system. She's on a system of fall, winter, spring, summer, fall, winter, spring, summer, fall, winter, spring, summer. Oh, that seems very boring. Well, that's what laboring is. That was the epiphany that I got. Just like 2 days ago, I wrote the word laboring and I was like, holy shit, look at the word boring right there. Now I'm going to tell you, because somebody said, oh, they love my transparency. I really struggled with that word. And the reason why is because one of the reasons why is because someone told me that my class was boring. That's one of the whole reasons why I added all those bells and whistles to it. That's one of the reasons why I start doing, incorporating movie clips in it, incorporating the quizzes in there. Everybody that comes to my class now, y'all know what I mean. Like all of that stuff is new. And I did that because somebody told me that my class was boring. And there probably was some truth to that because it was basically just me talking for like 2 freaking hours. Not to say that I don't do that now, but it's way more interactive. Anyway, then there was Do I got food in the oven? Oh shit, hold on y'all. I'll be right back. I forgot about my food. Oh my God. All right, here I come. Yo, almost burnt my little chicken things. Well, fake chicken, vegetarian chicken. Anyway, boring, right? So then just other things kept coming up about boring. Like my husband said something to me about being boring, right? So I took offense to that. And a lot of it comes from because I do the same thing every day. Every day I'm working on either a class for Black Fire Nation, I'm working on a blog, I'm working on something in my group. Like I'm really working every day. So maybe to some people that's boring. But anyway, I realized that boring is laboring. That's the work. That's the work that don't nobody want to do. Labor is work, right? So laboring, that's the system, that's the cycle of doing the same thing every day. Now, it doesn't have to be the exact same thing every day. I don't do the exact same thing every day, but I get up and I do what I love to do every day. So that's laboring. That's laboring. Oh, man, I love these words. Okay, so the thing about structure, right? If you look at the word structure, it has the word true in it. It actually has the word truce in it. So that means structure will give you peace. That means having a system in place that you do every day that gives you the results that you want is for peace. It's for you to have peace. Okay, because all the chaos with all the different choices, that's probably going to be overwhelming. It's fun, right? It can be fun to be in create mode, but at some point, you're going to have so many choices and just have shit all over the place that nothing is actually getting done. You get that? You get how the chaos and the creativity can be fun, but what actually got done? What was actually created that can stand? So look at the word stand. Again, it has Satan in it, doesn't it? The word stand has Satan in it. This is also why people don't like Satan, because Satan represents structure and discipline. It's representing things that stand firm in the 3D realm, right? Firm is form, but things are formed from them being morphed. Morph, form, same word, same word. So it's coming from morphing from the creative, the chaotic side to formed into something physical. By you having a system in place, by you having a schedule in place, by you having structure in place, you create something that can stand. Look, y'all, I said back in August, when me and my husband separated, I think I told y'all. I mean, in fact, I know I did. My friend helped me put a schedule together for myself. It was an intentional self-love schedule. Now, I done fell off a lot of that stuff. I ain't been working out. Okay, let me just tell the truth. I haven't been working out. That's the main thing that I stopped doing. But my point is that I got so much done when I had a more structured schedule. But it's like we want to avoid that. Here's the other thing about having a schedule, right? Or the structure or the discipline of doing the same thing, repeating the same thing. Here's a primary way to explain how when you have a structure and you have a system in place, you make things stick. Now, mind you, this can work for you or against you. It depends on what you're doing every day. But working out, again, right? Working out, going to the gym. You go to the gym, you lift the weight up, and you make the same motion over and over and over and over. Eventually, it's going to stick, isn't it? Eventually, it's going to stand, isn't it? Think about a penis. When it gets hard, right? The only way that it can keep going in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out, it has to stand firm, doesn't it? Okay, so how do you figure that anything that you're creating is going to stand firm without you having a system in place, without you having a schedule in place, without you bringing order to your chaos? How do you figure it's going to stand? Even if you do have acts of faith and you do start demonstrating it, you still need structure. You still need a cycle. You still need a system. You want to know why else a system is great? Because it can be passed down. So it's just like, this is how legacies are built. I just got that. Ding, aha. So it can be passed down. This is how legacies are built. And family businesses are established. Because let's say my daughter took over Self-Realization of a Goddess after I pass on. The shit is already in place. The structure is already there. All she got to do is step right on in it and pick up where I left off. Let's say you make cakes or something, right? You got the recipe. The structure is the recipe. This is something that you can pass down generation to generation. So if you got a whole restaurant or something like that, the structure or the system is the recipes, because you actually created something that you can do over and over and over again. Y'all feel me? But without that, it's not going to last. It's going to be built on quicksand. It's going to be built on quicksand. Me, I want my shit to last. I want my shit to outlive me. I want Black Fire Nation. Matter of fact, I'm gonna claim it. Black Fire Nation will outlive me. My daughter already done started doing her own thing. Like, she got a book. Matter of fact, tomorrow she's doing, is it tomorrow? No, it can't be tomorrow. It's like Thursday. She's doing a book release. That she turned her journal into a book. So it's already happening. You know why? Because I have a system in place. I don't know if she wants to step into it, but it's there. If she wanted to, it's there. All right. I'm about to get off here, y'all, because guess what? I got to get back to my system, right? I got to get back to my system. Rings of Saturn. Yep. That's Saturn is, or Satan. That's who you have to get past. I wrote a blog called Crown Me Bitch. That was one of my slogans. I used to say it all the time, crown me, bitch. And I wasn't talking about to crown me. I was talking about Saturn. Because Saturn is just when you get past that, or maybe become one with it, whatever, that's when you get crowned. And Saturn represents that structure. Let me see, do I got whatever, or I got anything else on my notes? Okay, no. Time can be our enemy. Oh yeah, Crystal. Time, which is also Saturn. Again, Saturn is all about tick tock, tick tock. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing with your time? What are you creating with your time? And you're going to be held accountable for that. I'm going to say this one more time. What happens now? If you're an entrepreneur and you are working some kind of business, what happens now is a result of what you did yesterday. If you didn't do anything yesterday, then don't expect shit to happen today. It's that simple. And if you didn't do shit today, then what you looking for sales for tomorrow? Where's it coming from? Because you didn't do anything. Because you didn't have structure. Or because you just winging it and you all over the place with it. Where is your system? Where is your system? Yes, Nakia says she sees disciple and discipline. Exactly. So again, right? I said that the cycle of Mother Nature herself is the system of creation. That's how we know that we can't avoid, if you want to build something that stands, you cannot avoid creating a system. You cannot avoid creating structure. And so the disciples are the 12 disciples, which is the 12 zodiac, which is the system. You can't get away from it. You can't get away from it. And guess what? When I keep saying that, some people do have a system. Matter of fact, probably everybody probably has a system. But what is it creating for you? What is it? Is it building a legacy? So let's see. Is your system, and I'm not picking on you. I'm not picking on nobody, okay? I'm just using this for an example. If I happen to step on toes, then ouch, okay? But if your system is to get up every day, you need to go, I don't know, smoke. You need to go drink. You need to go scroll on social media. You need to go get on the phone with your girlfriend or your man and talk to them about a bunch of bullshit or nothing. You just a bunch of unproductive shit. Let's just say it. Let's just call it what it is. And that could be your system all day. What's going to happen tomorrow? What's going to happen tomorrow? You already know the answer. Nothing. Because that's your system. Because that's your system. Okay? If I stepped on your toes, sorry. I don't know what to tell you. But it's true. And you want to know what? If that's what makes you happy and you're satisfied with that system, good for you. If it doesn't make you happy, then change it. It's that simple. Some people probably like, well, that's what I love to do. That's what, okay. As long as you happy, do what makes you. I started this video off and I said, do what you love to do. So if that's what you love to do and you're happy with the results that you're getting from that, then by all means, continue to do it. Continue to do it. But don't nobody want to hear about you bitching and moaning about shit that's not happening because you ain't doing nothing to make it happen. Because you doing the system that you doing. The system that you created is creating your reality, which is doing nothing. All right. We create our own hell or heaven. Yup, with the routines. That's what hell is. Hell is also doing the same thing over and over and over again. Which heaven could also be that if you love what you do. If you love what you do, then that's heaven doing the same thing over and over and over again. They don't want to do the work, not the physical work. Chaos is only ordered undeciphered. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Asia says she just wrote a new schedule yesterday. My problem is I have too much structure. I'm allowing myself to be open with the flow. I can see that too, TK Divine. Of course, we can definitely be out of balance and have too much structure where we're too rigid and we don't break our schedules that we have in place and we don't go with the flow enough. So I absolutely believe that that can be detrimental as well. We definitely need to have a balance there. I have 2 businesses that I have procrastinated on, but what's bringing me back is my legacy for my children and grandchildren. That should do it. Do you want to build something that stands? Then you need the help of Saturn. Saturn is what gives you that discipline. Saturn is ruling over time. Okay. All right, Crystal. Lamisha says she got on social media right on time. All right, y'all. I think I done beat this up enough. I think I done talked about everything. I talked about repetition makes things stick. Yeah. I don't know. I'm done. I just wanted to talk about having a balance between those two, but I think a lot of times it's easy to be chaotic. To me, chaos is easy. Chaos is easy. And I'm not saying that life should be hard. And I'm not saying that structure should be hard. But again, let me end it with this. One more time. If you are doing what you love to do, then the structure won't feel so, I'm in this box and I just can't move. But maybe that's just me and I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for joining me. Peace.